What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat on the way in. Right, Z, you don't actually have something to cover today? Ah, but I do. But I do. Right. So there's a couple of things I've been looking at or looking up or watching. Yes, I've been getting you guys emails. Yes, I missed Shay Sade's live last night. Or was it the night before? So I caught the pre-record and I was like, oh, I've seen this before. And so I listened to it for a little bit, and I'm like, wait, I've seen this before. And then I missed the actual live because I was like, okay, I guess she just was reposting a live, and I guess that was the premiere. And so then I turned around and missed the actual live, and then AB emailed me the live. I think either after it ended or like while it was going on, but I still missed it. I was too late to get to the email or whatever, and I was like, oh, so wait, she did actually do a live, so I missed that because I wanted to call in and kind of go through some things with her concerning the Sabby Sabs things. For those of you that haven't checked it out or don't know, Shay kind of went a bit viral. Respond well, her initial video went a bit viral speaking about Michelle Obama. And then Sabby Sabs caught on to it. Sabby Sabs, and I agree with Shay Sade on this one. Sabby Sabs, much like a lot of women, black women in specific, are using like decades old talking points and rhetoric that don't really move the needle and weren't necessarily accurate at the time and definitely aren't accurate now. Right. And so it's and just like what Shay was saying, it's these black men, the LGBTQ rate, how many of them are in jail, how many of them, they're high school dropouts. And so, um, and Sabby Sabs may, yeah, married to a white guy, but still, um, maybe she's not necessarily trying to, and I did watch BGS's coverage of that also, by the way. Um, she may not necessarily be trying to insult black men. She might not be on the black men ain't ish train. With that, the talking points are still the talking points. They're old, they're tired, they're inaccurate. We got to emphasize that part. They're inaccurate. And as Shay said, and I'm so glad Shay continues to emphasize that, and nobody likes talking about that part of the equation. What part of the equation, Z? Are women marriage material? Do men find your random woman marriage material? Do black men find your random black woman as marriage material based off of the requirements that men care about? In America, but particularly in Black America, we emphasize what women care about. He has to be this tall. He has to have these type of degrees. He has to earn this type of money. He has to have this type of accomplishment. Okay, cool. That's what makes a man marriage material. Okay, cool. And then we just assume that the woman is marriage material because she has a degree and because she has a baby Benz and because she has a condo downtown. And do the men really care about that like that? Maybe, maybe, probably not. Well, the assumption is that the woman is marriage material. The assumption is that the man will. It's as if it's a job interview, and it may not be. It may be an interview of some sort, but maybe not a job interview, right? Looking for a husband and looking for an employer is different. Sorry, ladies, not so sorry. So shout out to Shay for that. Um, yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw that Pink Pill was on Anton. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. Yeah, I saw. Yes, I've seen that Little Bill spoke to FD Signifier, and I mentioned it last time. Little Bill, excuse me, FD Signifier spoke to Michael Burns from Wisecrack, who's no longer on Wisecrack, or at least Wisecrack looks like it's ending. So it will look like it ended. So there is no more Wisecrack. So I'm gonna go and try to download a bunch of cool stuff from the channel so I can have them for my own enjoyment. Wisecrack has gotten Z to think about a lot of things differently and definitely consider a bunch of different things. So definitely really gonna miss that channel if it goes away. So I'm gonna hurry up and try to get a bunch of stuff off of there. And by the way, for those of you that ever see Mr. Z coverage of or speak about the women being advertised to as little girls, lifestyle as children, um wisecrack. So there's a bunch of different things that they've covered, and we're able to explain it for the layman, and I really appreciate that from them. um Number two. So yeah, I've seen a bunch of those things. Continuing. um Go down. Anyway, moving along. We ain't gonna we focus. See, focus. We must stay focused. Anyway, why we're here today, what I really, really, really want to speak on. I'm gonna deviate, talk about a bunch of other stuff. Also, duh, y'all know how Z goes. Um, Mr. Z, I think I see something. I think I see something going on. And even if this Tory Lanez Meg the Stallion thing doesn't turn out the way we think it might, I still think black women's heads are on the chopping block. I really think black women are going to be the fall guy for feminist access. Oh, better yet, wrong word. Feminist excesses, right? I really think America's positioning black women to be the fall guy. Now, we already know when it comes to DEI and affirmative action, white women benefited the most by far. And I still think that black women are going to be framed as being the face. They're already the face, but I think they're going to be the fall guy, right? I think they're being positioned to be the fall guy. I think once you saw, I forgot her name, potentially taking on the Tory, excuse me, Tory Lanez and Meg the Stallion case, and she looks like she's willing to put her neck out there for the case, and things are bubbling up, and the way Meg the Stallion is responding to it also. Yes, I saw that she put out a bunch of texts of Tory apologizing or whatever. We already know how this go. And I'm not saying black women are right here. What I am saying is, dear Meg, you could be right and still be wrong. I don't think y'all really appreciate who y'all dealing with. I think I think people of color, black people in specific, must have forgot who the hell white folks are. I think black women must have forgot who y'all dealing with. Y'all live in these major cities and y'all forgot who the hell y'all dealing with these white guys. Those white liberal men done messed y'all all the way up. That's not the masses of white men. Y'all got this backwards. Huh? I think I'm seeing black women being the fall guy. I think the Republicans are gonna flip the whole damn table over. Huh? I think they're saying, oh, you want intersectionality? Watch this. Now, with that, black men, I want us to be careful on how they position us. I do not want the black community to turn into some kind of um, proxy war for white men and white women. And low-key, I think that is what's happening. Anyway, I think it's been that for decades. With that, I'm I'm hesitant to allow for white men to use black men the way white women have used black women. Huh? And I think there's a number of black women that kind of see what's going on. I don't think it's most. Huh? So the penny for your thoughts. Check it. Check out the link in the description box. I linked a really old school joint for that. Many of you already know what it is. Literally, the song is called "Penny for Your Thoughts." But yeah, remember listening to that as a kid with Mama Z. But yeah, I really think black women are being positioned to be the fall guy. Huh? I really think black women are being positioned to be the fall guy for negative liberty, for feminist accesses, for all the things that ail America. And to be fair with you, black women aren't them. It's not them. They enjoyed it. They participated. They definitely threw black men under the bus, reversed the bus, and threw black men under the bus, reversed the bus, drove the bus forward, reversed the bus, and drove the bus forward again. But let's be very clear: the people that benefited from this the most are the people that always benefited from it the most: white men and white women. But that doesn't mean that the mascot can't get tackled too. Uh-oh. Dear black women. Huh? Dear black women, I really think that they're going to make black women the fall guy. Huh? And I want us as black men to be careful, because those of us attached to black women very publicly, because we're attached to black women, we're attached by the hip. I think it's going to be, you don't have to make a decision whenever she step out of line. Huh? Black women, you want to be seen? All right. Huh? Say her name? Okay. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you ask for. You want to be seen? All right. Maybe y'all don't I keep saying it. And shout out to Army Ose Frempong, who said it also, and who sees it. Like, these people have a hard on for black women, and not in that way. They see black women as the antithesis of everything they stand for. And unlike black women, they actually have real power. Goddamn. Huh? Not this black girl magic power. No. They actually have institutional power, and they're about to make black women feel it. And it's not really about black women. It's about white women hiding behind black women. And black women, no, black women like the Jasmine Crockett's of the world, like the Kim Fosters of the world, knowing it and taking advantage of it. And white men said, I got something for that ass. For white women and black women. All right. Mr. Z, you sound like you know something. Mr. Z don't know nothing. I'm just saying. That's, once again, direct your eyes to the title of the video. Huh? Huh? I think white men are trying to white elite men are trying to reestablish themselves. And you can see this with the laws. You can see this with how they're moving, how they're speaking. The moves they're making to force white women back into the house. Huh? The callousness, the cruelty of white guys said, okay, you know what? Screw everything. We going straight cruel again. Mr. Z, like, shit, when did y'all stop? Huh? Wait, when did y'all stop being cruel? Wait a minute. When did y'all stop having white boy edgelord culture, like a handful of quote unquote white liberals and progressive men that we're supposed to believe that's what constitutes the masses of white guys? Nope. Right? A couple of LGBTQ white guys and a couple of white guys with black wives, right? We're supposed to believe that that's what constitutes, kind and nice pivot of white men. Okay, yeah, that's it. Right. A couple of quote unquote progressive white guys with black boyfriends. and now white men are feel like they went too far in that direction, so now they got to be cruel again and assholes. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Uh-huh. uh Go ahead and find an excuse to be what you always been anyway. Right. Oh man. Right. So no, I seriously do think and feel um that black women's face it is welfare queen all over again. Huh? It's the welfare queen all over again. Huh? But unlike 40 some odd years ago, I don't know if black women have somewhere to hide now because y'all been so goddamn public and they're about to use all of that crap on social media and on mainstream media against you. See, they buried the black people in the 80s, definitely black women in the 80s with the welfare queen thing, but it was only one woman they based all of this on, and they exaggerated her story or they didn't put it in context better yet. It's a whole different day now when you have countless of videos of black women just bragging about being assholes. Huh? The video of the slightly over middle aged black women telling black women to get out there and have those sexual experiences. Yeah, Mr. Z saw it. Huh? And you saying that, and white men's white men's good old Christian background having ass country. Okay. All right. Huh? It's not smart. All the excesses, and we know, yes, America, yes, black folks, yes, black women. We know, is that just black women? Yes, we get it. Huh? We get it. What that mean? Nothing. The white girls be setting y'all up too. Yeah. And so I want to say this again. Even if it's not Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, the next story will not, the story where they ban women, it's not going to be a white woman. They're not gonna roll this back based off of a white woman setting a white dude up, which by the way they do also. No, they're gonna roll this back using a black woman's face. I'll put money on it. It's not gonna be a Latina, it's not gonna be an Asian woman, it's definitely not gonna be no damn Asian woman. They gonna roll this back using a black woman because they want it to be visceral. They want to show a black person, a black woman. They're gonna use a black woman. Huh? Dear black women, they're going to use you to roll all of this back. How often were deans and all these other people supposedly plagiarizing this and this and that? They use Claudine Gay to have all of academia checking all their documents and papers and all their deans. Hey, did you plagiarize this? Did you ever say this? And you got it from somebody else? It's gonna be a black woman, huh? Man. So, dear black women, be prepared. They're going to use you as the fall guy for negative liberty, for a certain brand of capitalist neoliberalism, even though white folks was eating that crap up. That I'm definitely not gonna blame black women on that. But y'all were okay with being the mascot though. Huh? All the gaudy, over the top stuff, they're gonna try to ban black people in general for that one. I think I see what white folks are doing. They screwed themselves, but just like white folks always do, they can't just eat it. They let their white leaders bring them to this point. By the way, low key to spite black people, then they turned around and screwed their own children, and now they're gonna try to bury black people, black women, because of their own miscalculation. Huh? You better believe it, black women. I ain't saying gotta be fair. Uh-oh. Huh? You don't think that decenter men thing is gonna come back and bite y'all in the ass? Huh? Dear black women, you don't think that decenter man thing is gonna bite y'all in the ass? You don't think that 4B movement thing is gonna come back and bite? Y'all don't realize who y'all dealing with. Y'all don't realize who y'all dealing with. No. The worst thing that happened to y'all was the podcast bros started getting in the ear of white politicians who were married and who were off the market for the past 20 some odd years, 30 some odd years, and y'all were talking so goddamn loud on the internet. Y'all would be just like black. Y'all would be y'all characteristically arrogant ass selves, braggadocious selves, and guess what? This nephew sends this video to the group chat with his uncle, and his uncle is a Congress member, and that's your ass. But the white girls were doing it too. Yeah, they were. They're not going to be focused on the white girl. Uh-oh. All it takes is them sending their uncle, who's a senator or a Congress member, one of those collage videos with just women talking out of their ass. Huh? And yeah, it's going to be mainly white women. What that mean? You think in America you're going to make white women not marry white men? Yeah, for the poor white guys, yeah, the white folks are willing to eat that. For some of the working class white guys, yeah, white America's willing to eat that. But once you start creeping into the middle class with that BS, oh, absolutely not. And it better don't touch upper middle class and above. Huh? So yeah, the white girls was in on it too. Yeah, the Latinas talking crazy too. Maybe even one or two Asian women. What that mean? You know who they gonna focus on? Huh? Yeah, it's not fair. You're right. And yeah, white women are out here baby mamas left and right for white men. Yeah, and divorcing white guys within 8 years. Yes, and you're going to be the face. Huh? You're going to be the face. White men are starting to get their whole Christian thing back. Oh, they starting to be religious again. It's a wrap. They try to reestablish this nigga said, I'm going back. Watch this. Hey, black men, move smart. Move smart. Black women want to be out there. We're going to let them be out there. Huh? Move smart. White guy said, we're going to reestablish. Meet the new me, same as the old me. What's the old saying go? There was Jim Crow, and then there's James Crow Esquire. Okay, y'all about to be James Crow Esquire. Wait a minute, y'all already met him. His name is JD Vance. Ooh, goddamn, Z. Huh? Yikes. Huh? Y'all see what Elon was able to do. Now he trying to moonwalk it. They're calling me a Nazi, and you know, it was just a gesture. Shut the hell up, bro. Those were salutes, bro. I get it, Elon. You're used to insulting people's intelligence. I get it. I get it. I get it. I expect nothing less from the richest man on the planet. I get it. Huh? I expect nothing less from the richest man on the planet. Not Nazi salute. Bro, you did it twice, bro. Huh? Oh, I get it. It hurts your Tesla stocks to do your whole whiteboard edgelord thing like you were 12 or 13. How old is Elon? His early 50s or something like that? His mid-early 50s? And you over here doing Hell Hitler salutes? Right? To snub all the people that was calling you retarded. And then you did something retarded. Huh? So yeah, no, the white guys are going to reestablish themselves, and they're black women. That's your ass. And it doesn't matter who y'all get in there in 2028. They ain't going to be able to stop what's going on. It don't matter who y'all get in there in 2028. That's why I covered meta modernism the other day. They're trying to find the happy medium. They feel like and think, and Mr. Z agrees, that they went too far with the postmodernism. That's, by the way, what much of the conversation about TRANS is about. They feel like y'all taking this way too far, right? Y'all are taking this way, way too far, right? All this stretching of words, redefining things, right? Y'all taking this too far. So yes, at one point, obviously, it was all about white elite men and the whole world revolved around white elite men. And then white women got a little taste of power and they put a hammer to the mirror and they cracked everything. And here come black women and white women and other women and LGBTQ folks who said, yeah, we're going to talk about our stories and what we're dealing with, and our perspectives and our truths and our realities. And this is how you get the idea that two things can be true at the same time, which is true. But the overemphasis on that type of talk, my truth, that type of talk. And now, to be fair with you, the conservative white guys want to take it all the way back to F everything you say if it don't revolve around us. But we're going to get into a happy medium. But with the happy medium, that means a lot of those accesses that some of you ladies were playing around with, oh yeah, that got to go. Oh yeah, that got to go. That got to go. Dear black women, you know what that means for you? Check that unemployment rate for black women. Ooh, goddamn. Oh, that got to go. I'm not even talking about the money yet. I'm just talking about the social environment. I didn't even speak about the money yet. Huh? Y'all were too. Mr. Z said this, what, 3-4 years ago after Asia Maynard? After Asia Maynard was found unalive in that white guy's home. I said back then, black women, y'all being too loud. Y'all are being too loud. And here we are. Y'all don't think when Michelle, y'all don't get what Shay is trying to say to y'all, huh? With Michelle Obama. The sacred institution of presidency and Michelle Obama acting the way she is. You don't think white guys feel a certain way about that? Okay. All right. Huh? First of all, being a first lady with a podcast in any respect whatsoever. Huh? Secondly, you got Tracy Ellis Ross there, up there talking about dating younger guys. Huh? Okay. All right, maybe y'all forgot who y'all dealing with. I promise y'all don't appreciate who y'all dealing with. I probably y'all don't know who y'all dealing with. Y'all either don't know, don't appreciate, or y'all forgot. You forgot who y'all dealing with. Huh? And this is what happens when you're in your bubbles. When you're in your bubbles, you don't think that there's that many Peter Thiels and whatnot. And David Sachs and or whatever his first name is, Sachs and JD Vance and Elon Musk. You don't really appreciate how many white guys are just less wealthy versions of that. Huh? Y'all saw the clip where the white women had a little support group for each other because their spouses, their husbands, were Trump supporters. And what did the white lady say when Hillary Clinton lost? She was like, I was talking, he was out of town. I called him back. He was like, honey, you can't believe it did that. And Trump won and Hillary lost. And the husband said, yeah, rightfully so. I'm paraphrasing. Yeah, rightfully so. And what did she say to her? What did she say? She said, and I thought to myself, uh-oh. Yeah, what? Uh-oh. Dear black women, those are the white guys. That's your white boss, and y'all might not be smashing, but y'all got little cutesy jokes with each other, and he lets you be sassy with him a little bit, and he joke with you and whatever. Yeah, what you thought? That's your white boss. You don't think they felt like y'all was going too far? Okay. And in their minds, you leave all that Negro-ish over there in the slave quarters. That's how they think. Now it done spilled into their society, and you think they just gonna eat that? Okay, all right. So let me read some of you guys' comments. Let me read the super chat first. And KMS, what's going on, KMS? Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. And KMS says, as a black person, I hope they survive the social economic ass whooping coming. That as a black man, I know they have coming. Both thoughts can coexist. Yeah. No, I, I'm gonna be fair, dear black women. I'm gonna say it. Y'all are deserving of it, but I still hope y'all. I agree with KMS. I still hope y'all survive it because we're attached by the hip. If y'all go overboard, we go overboard, or at least most of us go overboard. Huh? I still maintain that black men and black women are attached by the hip. Human beings are attached by the hip. Black men and black women are attached by the hip. Unfortunately, black women didn't appreciate that until now. See, you might be doing too much. I still don't think they appreciate it. You're right. You're right. Huh? Man. Uh. Huh? Oh, it's about to hurt. Ooh, it's about to hurt. So yeah, no, I hope they survive. They gotta survive. But look, I said before, Mr. Z's fear was that they were gonna make themselves the gypsy class, the Roma class of folks. I done messed around and watched a mini doc of the other night with Miss Z. We done watched a mini documentary on the Roma also, which only emphasized to me why I was afraid that they would become the Roma and gypsy class. Mr. Z kept saying it because, obviously college and school and learning about these folks and then watching different things. Shout out to OG YouTube heads. Shout out to all of us that have been here since like '07. Um, but then I watched something on the Roma and the Gypsies the other night. And it just reemphasized to me why my fear was that black women were going to make themselves into this, right? And the thoughts and the imaginations of everyone, you know, the quote unquote untouchables of America. And we appreciate that many folks see black people in writ large, including black men, that way. We get it, right? We're not dumb and naive over here. And we don't lie to ourselves over here to make ourselves feel better by throwing black women under the bus, contrary to popular belief. Ah, but yeah, I agree with KMS. I hope they survive it, but for all of our sakes, but definitely their sake, I hope they survive it. It's about to look ugly. Huh? As a matter of fact, let me try something, KMS. I'm gonna try something because there's a new feature here. Let me see something. Does it let me? Let me see if it'll let me do this. Okay. Huh, that's interesting. Okay, I don't know. Some new feature StreamYards is trying out. I'm trying to see how it works, but I don't really see too much of a difference. So, okay. Ah, my fear. Exactly. Charles says, I never seen Laura Bush on no podcast. Exactly. No. Vince said Z did and bumped their head. Huh? Passport OG says, First Lady should be doing Shouldn't be, I think you meant to say, shouldn't be doing podcasts on third world should be doing podcasts on, okay, I get what you're saying. First lady should be doing podcasts on third world education, world hunger, and school shootings, not relationships. Well, it's easy. So, at the risk of sounding like a whole entire hypocrite here, so here go hypocrite Z. It's easy. Relationship conversation is easy. It don't gotta be based off of nothing. It could be straight feelings. That's why I appreciate in the Black Manosphere we drop nothing but facts and stats. I appreciate all the Black Manosphere and all the Black Manosphere adjacent folks. We drop nothing but facts and stats. Everybody from the medium mans to the BGSs to the Obsidians to all of us, right? Pat myself on the back. The Mr. Z's, the Sarge Willie Pete's, whether they're Black Manosphere or some type of adjacent, Jason Black talking about. I think I said him already, but yeah, it's not just feelings here. So yeah, no, it. I think it's easy to talk relationships. So I think, if she was first lady, she was privy to a lot of craziness. Michelle Obama can't tell y'all like, hey man, this whole thing is screwed. Like she can't say that. She can't tell you how rigged it is. She can't tell you who was coming in and out of the White House through the back door. No pun. She can't tell you what secret deals Obama was kind of maneuvered into making that he know in 15 years gonna blow up on the masses of Americans. She can't tell you that. Huh? So the relationship conversation, that's easy point of entry. That's easy. That's right. And then when you have Tracy Ellis Ross up there, daughter of Diana Ross, and then who's famous in her own right, and she's kind of out there with her stories and her escapades, right? Yeah, no, the relationship conversation is easy. Right. Huh. Oh, MTR's another one. Yeah, MTR's another one. Yeah, I forgot about MTR. Thank you for that. Let me see something. Why didn't it? Wait a minute. Didn't I highlight that comment from Trail? Trail, did I delete your comment by mistake? God damn it! I think I deleted. Oh no! That's not what I'm trying to do. Trail. Wait a minute. Trail Billy was banned and their comments were removed. Oh crap! Stop. Wait a minute. That's one of my day ones. Oh, how do kind of Oh no! I pressed the wrong button. I done banned Trail, y'all. That was not supposed to happen. Not my day one. What I look like throwing my first mate off the boat. That threw my first mate off the boat. Oh, okay. So okay. Trell, hopefully you can still hear me. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. After the stream, I'm gonna figure out how to unban. What? You press one button. It didn't even ask me. Are you sure? Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. Exactly. Adrix is free Trail Billy. Trail, if you. Oh, he's still here. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Then why did it say that? It said it was bad. I'm looking at the comment right now. I'm gonna tell you what it said right here. It says Trail Bentley was banned and their comments were removed. So why did it? Okay, all right. Trail's still here, y'all. I thought Trail was gone. I was like, wait a minute. I pressed the wrong button. I done threw Trail overboard. I was like, wait a minute. That's not supposed to happen. Oh man, imagine Luffy just Spartan kicks Zoro right in the chest, right off the boat. Oh man. Talking about shooting a friend. This is why you don't leave guns around kids. Oh man. Okay. And let's see. There's a next comment here. And Eric Deadman says, Z, you say it all the time. Is Michelle Obama throwing a temper tantrum? I think we established that. I think BGS established that. I think we established that. Michelle Obama wanted Barack to just be okay with being a $250,000 a year attorney out of Chicago, right? And be chill and follow her rules and adhere to her, gynocratic ways. And Barack Obama had a higher calling, right? And if anyone should have been president, it should have been her. I do think Michelle Obama is smart enough and whatever. I don't think she has the temperament, but I definitely think she has the discipline and whatever. Like, I don't think Michelle Obama is slow or I don't insult. Like, when these people accomplish what they accomplish, I'm like, I take that. I'm like, okay, that's what you did. You did that. With that, hey, would Michelle Obama be able to stand there and be insulted and, the subtle jabs, especially from the Republicans, questioning her intelligence, questioning her low key, calling her DEI hire? Oh, no. You think Michelle could have dealt with it? Shoot, I don't know. Huh? Ah. Oh, it took your wrench and everything? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna fix that. I don't know what. Let me see. Let me see if I could do that here. Let's see. Let me see, son. Trail. See, I don't have nothing to upgrade. Let me see. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's see if we do it this way. I might be able to pull. There we go. Trail, put a comment. Let me see if you're back. Okay, okay. You should be okay now. And we're back. They done took, man. I pressed one button. It didn't even ask. Usually with things like that, are you sure? Right? You're deleting trail or whatever the hell. No, it didn't ask anything, and that was by mistake too. I wasn't even paying attention. But yeah, no. To Eric's comment, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Like, share, subscribe to the super chat. Yeah, no, I really do think Michelle Obama. I think it took a lot, right? Because she didn't care to be in the White House. She didn't care to be first lady. So it took a lot for her to be in DC, deal with all that crap, have them sneak. You think Michelle Obama didn't see those pictures and see them calling her a dude? Which is crazy because I'm trying to see how many first ladies ever looked pretty. I'm like, what, you got 3 maybe? 4 maybe, right? So you think Michelle Obama didn't see those pictures? She didn't see what people were saying about her? She knows, right? So no, I do think it took a lot out of her, and she didn't care about these things the way Barack did. Um, and so now she kind of showing out. She's doing her own thing, right? I want to be my own person, not former First Lady Michelle Obama saying she want to be her own person. Huh? They always see you. They don't see me. Yeah, I saw the clip, BGS. That was a great clip to play. They don't see me. They see you. And the problem is, I don't want to always be in your shadow. Not former First Lady saying she don't always want to be in Barack's shadow. Ma'am, he was president. You will forever be. You could divorce him today. Former First Lady, you could divorce Barack today. Get remarried, and you still gonna be. You're still gonna be Michelle Obama, huh? Ma'am, you could divorce him and marry Jordan. Get Jordan to divorce his wife. You could marry Michael Jordan, and we will still call you Michelle Obama. You could marry Robert Smith, and we will still call you Michelle Obama. Huh? You could marry David Stewart, we still gonna call you Michelle Obama. You could marry Ron Isley, we still gonna call you Michelle Obama. ain't no getting out of Barack Obama's shadow. He was president. Wait, what? Oh man, I'm my own person. No, you're not. Sorry to all the ladies. I want to be my own person. You don't get to be your own person. Hell wrong with y'all? Not bursting bubbles. Not on Not this early Friday morning. Huh? I want them to see me after they see me, babe. After they see me. Huh? Man. Yep. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And Tom says Jackie refused to take off the jacket. Oh, why did, okay, there it goes. Jackie refused to take off the jacket with her husband's blood on it. And this is the one I like because and this is what always shook me. Tom says, I want people to see what they say that again, what they say that one more again, what they did to my husband. Hey, I'm just saying. Tinfoil hat, kufi, and do-rag is firmly on right now. That was the one that always got me. That was the one that always shook me, right? Man. Minion says Michelle's RBF resting B face is what gets her in almost all the picks. Yeah, I think, is that a Chicago thing? Is that a Chicago thing? Right? Oh, okay, I see now. Okay, the comments are on the side of the screen. Okay, all right, I see now. I see that's one of the things. Okay, it wasn't there before, so I could turn it off. Okay, it's off, and I could turn it on. Okay, all right, that's cool. That's dope. That's definitely dope. All right, then let me see this. And Vince puts a link. All right, y'all give me a second. Let me see what this is that Vince sent. Wait a minute. Hey, Vince. Vince, that's a new that we just unlocked a new meme. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. And hey, I called dibs on it first. As a matter of fact, let's find it. Let's find it. Vince, y'all give me a second. Y'all gives you a second. Y'all gives you a second. We're gonna use that right now. Y'all gives you a second. Oh, y'all done messed up, Vince. There you go.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Oh, we unlocked. Oh, y'all done unlocked a different level of Z now. I could tie this to a lot of the stuff that I was saying earlier. Black women throwing a temper tantrum because they're not white women.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Other women of color trying to aspire to be white women.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
White men feeling like they losing power, so they want to put their foot right back up everyone's rear end.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
White men feeling slighted because all those goddamn man on the street interviews with with white women swooning over black men or saying the man of their dreams is some NBA tall looking black dude, and white dudes feel slighted about it.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Other men of color feeling jealous that black men were able to flip being quote unquote the bad boy of America to smash just about every chick, and it don't necessarily need money, it just needs swag, and them feeling a certain way about it. Asian guys, you racist ass Asian dudes, and some Latinos. To that I say,
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
look, I could do this forever. The white guys pilfering from the black manosphere, stealing black manosphere talking points, unseasoning the food, and then regurgitating that type of talking points to their white audience.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Look, I could do this forever. Huh? Tesla because BYD got its foot up its ass.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Huh? I could do it forever. I could do it forever, y'all. Huh? For real. That all and oh yeah, wait until, because I want to be very clear. Whether it's 2028 or 2032, when that pendulum swings the other way, and Anton over here throwing a goddamn fit, huh? Angry man truly becomes. Y'all gives you a second. Look a little loud. You're just loud, and you're loud, and you're loud, and you're loud, and you're loud. There we go. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. Anton and Angry Man truly gonna be Angry Man. Because the way Z gonna be talking, 2028 or 2032, because 2028 is questionable. Yeah, you better believe it. You better believe I'm gonna have this ready.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
And by the way, and by the way, why that matters, I might not even like the person who's in the White House. As a matter of fact, I'm probably not going to like the person who's in the White House. But still.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Huh? Oh, y'all should have never gave Z this. Y'all should have never gave Z that. God, Vince, you done messed up the world with that one. Ooh, KMS, that's a good one. That's a good one. And KMS is black women seeing black men exercise their options in getting passports.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
I gotta read it again because it's so fitting. Black women seeing black men exercise their options in getting passports.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
You know what I gotta play? I gotta play this and then play that. I have to play this. I have to.
Men in Germany are treated way differently than black women in Germany. Black men are appreciated in Germany. Black men are put in a cultural sense, in a societal sense, you are seen as interesting, whereas black women are seen as lesser.
An experience,
a novelty in which you can approached voyeuristically, and it's dehumanizing. I was a member at Solo House, and I remember seeing a black man sitting there, and there was all these white women around him glorifying him, gawking at the fact that he was existing. And I think black men need to acknowledge that their lived experience in Germany is disproportional to that of a black woman in Germany.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Oh, y'all done messed up. Y'all done messed up with this one. Vince, y'all done messed up with this one. Jesus. Huh? I didn't even let it end out. I just clicked it at the right moment. Huh?
Something that has greatly disappointed me since I've been living here is the amount of coonery that I've seen in Tokyo. And sorry to say, but it's mainly from black men from America.
Really? Tell me more.
The way that I have to watch y'all treat me and my fellow black sisters like shit, but treat the Japanese women all delicately like they're special flowers is insane.
Are you complaining or...
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
We know what your real issue is, lady. Huh? We know what your real issue is. We know. To the Latina.
Having dinner with my girl, and I want y'all to just notice something. There's women, all eating there. Women, all eating there. And let's not forget right there too, because they're everywhere. Oh my god. I don't normally go out, but when I do, I go out with my girls, and I am seeing something, a trend. Girls are all going out with their girlfriends. There's not like one date.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
I'm assuming she's Latina. We don't know. She could be some type of Persian or some type of Middle Eastern. Mrs. Z's assuming she's Latina, but still. Say that, Chief Rocker, and I did not forget about you with the super chat. And Chief Rocker says they need to take their grievances up with Mr. Charlie, Mr. Brad, and Mr. Cartwright. Black women don't got the ovaries. Other women of color don't have the ovaries to overtly beg white guys for the attention and for the validation of their femininity. Huh? Black women in specific, because it's embarrassing. It would be embarrassing. Huh? Cameron says black fatigue, and to all the non-black folks and to the respectable black folks, right? All the white guys, all the Latinos and the Asian folks, who say you're tired of black folks, because really what y'all want black people to do is accept their position at the socioeconomic bottom and being stepping stone Stacy for everyone. And to you, I say,
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
huh? To all you lames who are essentially white folks with a splash of your home culture, huh? And you want black folks to bow down like how you have, huh? All you haters, I say, well,
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
huh? Vince, you done messed the world up with this. I just want everybody to be prepared for at least a week. At least a week. Mr. Z gonna spam the hell out of that button. That button's getting spammed. Huh? Vince, hey, y'all send all y'all hate mail to Vince, because that button's about to get spammed. And thank you for the super chat, KMS. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, we gonna spam the hell out of that button right there. KMS also says, white folks gonna white, but I will not overlook black women's betrayal of black women. Well, black men, I know what you meant to say, but they did betray black women also, the masses of black women. I hope for their sake they survive what's coming. Hashtag Gypsies of America, the Gypsies and Roma of America, right? And let's be very clear, as they going through, shout out to May, their cruel tutelage that white dudes are about to put them through again. Not like they really ever stopped, but as they're going through it, not all of us are going to think like this and move like this and talk to them like this, but some of us are going to talk to them like this. Like what, Z?
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Huh? Why are they shaking for change under the bridge?
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Huh? Why are they still living in their parents' home and no prospects, no kids, no nothing? Huh? Why they're dry begging? Oh, you better believe Mrs. Z about to play that clip in a minute.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Huh? Why they dry begging like what, Z?
Niggas be so quick to let me take you on a trip. Let me take you on a trip. Pay a fucking bill. Pay a bill. Pay a goddamn bill.
Always begging. Damn.
Can we get on the phone? No, get on the phone with billing. Don't talk to me. Talk to billing.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Huh? And Better You says, y'all done effed up giving Z this clip, bro. It's over. Huh? Oh, man. And TD Tellum says, no, Yitch, not gonna pay it. Bro, like I'm glad that she said that with that way. And there were certain women in the comments for that video, where I got it, that was straight up like, yeah, like this is how I used to sound. And they were being straight up, this is how I used to sound when them bills hit. Right? And that wasn't even a black woman that said that. That was a Latina that said that. Right? So we already know, is this most women? Is it all women? No. Is it most? Huh? Uh-oh. Yeah, the ladies don't got it like that. That's the goal. The goal is for them not to have to do this, but it's going to happen. Dear America, you done made your daughters are too big of assholes. And this lady is not, she's not, unattractive like that. Why don't you have a man, ma'am? Why don't you have a man? Huh? Oh. And let me read this one now. And Eric Denman says, a man opened an AI sex doll brothel in Berlin. I think I saw that. I think I might have seen what you're talking about. Or no. When I saw it wasn't AI though. So yeah, scratch what I just said. A man opened an AI sex doll brothel in Berlin, and the women are losing their ish. This was inevitable due to women reaching the market cap of their cat. They overvalued their cat, and men adjusted. Yeah, no, but the adjustment isn't their problem, Eric Denman. The adjustment was that you pay more. That's the problem. That women were supposed to keep on elevating the price of the cat, elevating your investment, not just the money, but the time and the emotional labor, right? And men were supposed to keep on adjusting by keep on paying more and more and more, right? And worshiping and groveling and begging and pleading, especially if you're not him. If you're not him, If you're not the guy, see the him doesn't engage in none of that. He just show up, right? He just shows up. But if you're not him, oh yeah, you better be scraping and paying and pleading and begging and turn this into a 90s R&B song, huh? And to be frank, and I said it, Mr. Z was one of the first people to say it. I might have been the first, but I ain't gonna claim that. And I know a lot of folks didn't like the way it was framed. They didn't like the way it sounded in the Black manosphere. But I straight up said it. Nah, ladies, y'all price y'all vaginas out the game. I know a lot of brothers didn't like the way it sounded and whatever. No, I'll give the women that power. Okay, fine. Yeah, you have the right to price your vagina wherever you want to price it. Y'all done priced your vaginas out the game. And quite frankly, the men can't afford it. That was the part that really got people annoyed. They didn't like the sound of saying, oh, we can't afford it. I said, I don't care. Look, man, Mr. Z's pride is not in that. Tell him, this is the thing y'all have to appreciate. For those of us, especially the younger brothers, some of the older brothers get it. It's a brag and a flex for women. They full of crap. Oh yeah, he can't afford me. Yeah, that sound nice until you run into 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 guys who say stuff like that. Who say something like that. It's something to brag about when it's the first 2 or 3 guys, not when it's the 7th guy that say something like that to you. Huh? Not when it's the 7th guy. So let the ladies have that little, you know what, they can't afford me. Yeah, that sound nice. She'll try to brag to her homegirls about it. Yeah, that sound nice. Huh? I kept on saying, ladies, that sounds nice. What happens when too many men can't afford it or refuse to pay it? Ooh. Can't afford it and refuse to pay it. Huh? And a lot of the women, that's what they're running into. The married guys can only have so many. The super sought after married guys can only have so many side chicks. The super sought after guys that are not married but in relationships, long-term relationships, once again, can only have so many side chicks. The guys who are single and ready to mingle, and y'all already know that he's talking to 3 or 4 different women, they can only have so many different women. Huh? The top 5% of men, the top 10% of men can only share so many women. They can only have so many women in the rotation. The top 20% of men can only have so many women in the rotation. Rotation. And the issue that a lot of the ladies are having is that, quite frankly, and this is where wealth disparity and dream hoarders and all that other stuff come into play. The average man just can't afford it, and if he can, he just not gonna spend it. He don't want to spend it, and spend it for what? This is the question for the ladies too. Okay, let's say he's earning a little bit above average, and he's willing to spend it. Spend it on who? Dear ladies, I'm not even just talking about black women here. Spend it on who? Huh? I'm not speaking about the emotional investment. I'm not speaking about the time. I'm strictly talking about the money right now. Spend it on who? One of you materialistic a-holes, you condescending, rude, entitled brats, you materialistic consumerists? Absolutely not. Huh? Even if you have your own, that's not the conversation. That's not the question. The question is not if you have your own, dear ladies. We could give an F about whether you have it yourself or not. Z, don't do it, Z. Don't do it, Z. Don't say it. Look, dear ladies, we could give an F if you earn more than him. Spend it on who? Yikes. Huh? Spend it on who? Huh? So yeah, Eric Denman, I'm about telling the ladies, hey, y'all done priced your vagina out the game. The men don't got it. I'm more likely to say the men don't have it than I am to say the men don't want to spend it. Because I want to see how women deal with that. And by the way, Mr. Z has said this in real life, IRL. Real conversation at a friend's house with a group of guys and a group of girls. Don't think Mr. Z just be talking like this online. I don't. It's not just an online thing for Z. Huh? Yikes. The young men can't afford what y'all are talking about. Huh? And that's even for the more humble women, the more humble black women and white women and Latinas. We saw that with Courtney Ryan. Some of those white women, they sounded so humble. I just want a ranch home and da, but I still want him to earn $250,000 a year. And she thought she was humble. Huh? Even the heavier set white woman on Courtney Ryan, who knew the numbers, she was beating herself up after the fact. She knew the numbers, and she still said, "No, I think the average man earns like 60 something or 80 something," and and then when Courtney Ryan came back and said 40 or something like that, she was like, I know better. I knew. Yep. Dear ladies, there's nothing wrong with your dreams and aspirations, and when your dreams and aspirations fall out of reality, then you're gonna have to make up for the gap. You're gonna have to come to terms with, well, and I gotta give that to Tracy Ellis Ross. She wasn't the only one who said it. I can't remember who else said this too. But yeah, maybe I'm just too advanced for people. Maybe my person's not here. Maybe I'm just all that's cope. But yeah, okay, fine, let's go with it. Maybe you're just gonna have to figure it out a different way. Huh? That's why Mr. Z says y'all get comfortable munching on each other. Huh? Shout out to all the ladies. Yeah, maybe the men can't afford you, and that's on you.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Huh? All the ladies throwing temper tantrums and whatnot. I hear y'all throwing a damn temper tantrum. Now you got the German women in Berlin mad because now these men could get themselves off with a doll. I don't know if it's gonna happen in our lifetimes, but we're getting to the place where maybe these dolls, these robots will almost be indistinguishable. You don't need it to be 100% moving and talking and acting like a human. For men, once you get it around that 70% mark, it's done. The skin feels kind of real. It's speaking somewhat like a human. It's moving somewhat like a human. Once you start creeping past that 70%, it's a wrap. And here's the difference. I had this conversation with Nameless and Roguish. Ooh, got to be like 4 years ago or something like that. The difference is the threshold for men is just so much lower than women. The women, I'm telling y'all now, the women are just not going to be able to get off with male robots the way men will. Huh? And it's over. And so in 2-3 generations, while the women are complaining, what are the young men gonna be saying?
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
And Toya says, "No, let me get that chocolate." I don't know what you talking about, Z. I hear you. Huh? Man. Vince says, men overlook so many flaws. Yeah, the women don't appreciate it. And I think that's to our own detriment as men. Because we overlook so many flaws, because we want what we want, and we don't do the whole, I'm not going to settle. Because we don't do that, the women really do think they're infallible. They really think that their vagina is made out of gold. They really think that and feel that. They just don't. Cat Williams said, they just don't appreciate. We don't care about the stretch marks, or we care, but we don't care enough. Okay, fine, we might care a little bit. We don't care enough. No, man. Look, Tunnel Runner, I'm not even gonna read your comment out loud. I am not. I'm not entertaining you today, sir. Live from paradise, featuring Tunnel Runner. Vince, exactly. Vagina arrogance. Vagina arrogance. Huh? Ah. And Tom Robbins, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for the super sticker. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Right. Thank you for the super sticker. So just a couple of things I've been thinking about. But yeah, my fear is the white guys are gonna pretty much pull a conservative version of what they feel like, and they're largely accurate on this, what they feel like the Democrats have done over the past few decades, right? And it will be a flip of intersectionality. I just don't want us to be naive and get caught up in it the way black women did. I don't want us to be so gun-ho to be the mascots for white men's power play, the way black women were so adamant and enthusiastic to be the mascots for white women's power play, and it cost black women everything. A couple of middle management positions, a couple of famous black women, right? Some PhDs, and what else? It cost black women. It cost black women husbands and children. And I don't want that to be black men's fate. So my warning to us is to be careful of how white men are moving and how much they want to quote unquote ally with us, ally with black men for the betterment of boys and men, which we're probably gonna have to get into. With that, I'm not about being their mascot. Huh? Ah. And Inspired Truth says, no, I did not. And Inspired Truth says, and thank you for the super chat, Inspired Truth. Inspired Truth says, it's the song that never ends. Hope Mr. Z didn't lose that clip, and I did not. And here you go. This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Right, and you get two of those because I think I know what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's a back and forth. It's white men flexing on white women, then white women flexing on white men, and and it's not like they're not getting hit, but the fallout, just like a proxy war between the Soviet Union and America, right? The fallout is in the black community, and once again, this is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Huh? And so I want us to be careful with that. Yikes. Because then you gonna mess around, and I gotta play this for you, y'all again. I see it's making its rounds around the black manosphere, and not even just around the black manosphere. I've seen this, right? But here y'all go once again.
Black women, they are doing the same thing to us that they did to black men 40 years ago, which is pushing us out of the workforce. That's what they did to black men. And that is what caused the major divide within our community with regards to the gender wars. We saw black men the way they wanted us to see them because they didn't have the upward mobility that we had because of our jobs that we were able to get in the federal government. For one, the federal government was one of the biggest job employers for black women, and they're pushing us out left and right. We lost more jobs last month than any other demographic, and those jobs are not coming back. And if they come back, they're not gonna give them to us. I don't care what degree you got, because you can see right now they don't care nothing about those degrees. As soon as we started getting it, they ain't mean anything anymore. I say this to say we gonna have to work with black men. whatever grief you got with black men, get over it. It's time for us to work together. We need them and they need us, and this is just more proof of that.
But on the contrary, ma'am.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Huh? But on the contrary, right? And I wanted to read, I'm going to read a couple of you guys' comments, random comments. Black Rule says, once the men found livable, acceptable replacements, it was a wrap for vagina supremacy. Look, and no pun intended, they're feeling that. Actually, no, the pun, no, that fits. Yeah, pun intended. Yeah, pun intended. Yeah, they're going to feel that. No, I guess, shout out to you, Mr. Black. I guess you're going to be beating off more of those women. Haha. There's a pun in there, too. Tell them to get a ticket. Tell them to grab a ticket. Tell her she's number 637. No? Shout out to all the women that say, I don't give a F. I'll spare y'all Yanny. I will spare y'all Yanny because it fits perfectly, but fine. I'll spare you guys today. For now. Why is he like waterboarding his goddamn subscribers? Huh? But yeah, no, I agree with Black Rule on this. This is, I don't even want to say this is not sustainable. We gotta get in our feels right now. I don't like any of this crap. But if the ladies want to take it there, they have to appreciate that men are human beings too, and y'all not the only ones that could be spiteful, huh? Dear ladies, you said you happy, you all right being single? We're gonna make you mean that. Now what? Huh? You say you would rather be single? You over here watching Real Talk with Yanny and Decenterman? We gonna make you mean that. Shout out to all you women who are not lying and you really been celibate for 15 years. Okay then. Huh? Yikes. Reading you guys' comments. Give me a second. Because there was one. What was that? Oh, yeah, there we go. And Jake says, you get my email about the Australian white woman who set her male friend on fire for a get back in the kitchen joke. Yes, I clicked it. It's in my history. But I didn't watch it all the way. Yeah, no, I saw what you said. Yeah, no, hmm, I think we have to appreciate, as Mr. Z says all the time, women are human beings also. People have to appreciate that women can be violent also. Yeah? Dear world, especially the Western world, you wanted quote unquote empowered women, you gotta accept everything that come with that. Women are less violent than men, says who? How many men would set a woman on fire for a what's supposedly a sexist joke? And we're back. My apologies, everyone. Y'all already know. Reckless Streams. No, it's not Everglade Wireless, Trail. It's not Everglade Wireless. We're still here. We're still here. We're still here. Adelson drive through. No, Adel. It's not drive through. Hysterical. No, y'all already Reckless. But yeah, so Z got to do that. It was somebody else's comment. I want to read this before I get underway. I was reading Jake's comment, and Jake, I might do a live on that one too. I might do a live on that. Yeah, because now we setting people on fire for jokes. It's crazy. All right. Who else was it? It was another comment. Okay, that was Jake's comment. I want to say it was another one that I saw. Oh yeah, there we go. Trill with the vagina oligarchs. That's hysterical. That's hysterical. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see if we can get underway now. Yeah, so I wanted to cover that. I do fear for black women with that. It's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. Being the face, the fall guy for what white folks did to themselves, what white men allowed for and did to themselves, trying to weaponize that against black men. But yeah, oops, I wasn't supposed to say that out loud. But yeah, that's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem watching these folks try to blame black women for this. But black women wanted to be the mascot for white women's bull, and there you go. And so you got what you wanted, right? All that deletion of children just because arbitrarily. All right. Yeah, Kim Foster, I saw you said I'll fight for it. I believe in it no matter what. I don't think it should even be limited to. Okay, all right, okay. Oh, all right. It's not gonna look good. It's not gonna look good. What else we want? What else was I speaking about earlier? I wanted to speak on. What else did I see that I wanted to speak on? Ah, Z over here forget. Right, but yeah, no, this is Z's fear for black women. You being the fall guy for the white guys and white guys and white women's BS, and not appreciating what that's gonna mean for you. Ah, it's not a good look, black women. It's not a good look. Um, think y'all think it's sweet. It's not, right? So, that's gonna be a problem, right? So, like I said, I watched Shay Sade's response to Savvy Sabs, and once again, the old talking points, the old rhetoric. I don't think we're surprised they're still using it, but we're surprised they're still using it. Like, wait a minute, you ain't update the rhetoric yet. So wait, you think black men, black women's relationships are stuck 40 years ago? Number one. Number two, shout out to Shay for just outright saying it and saying it to a black woman with a white husband on top of that, right? Which is bold. Is it black women's loyalty or is it a lack of options? And you could see Sabby felt a certain way, even though she presented it in her normal way, but she felt a certain way because she randomly mentioned, I don't think that it's that these other men are not attracted to black women. I don't think it's that. They're like, wait, who said that? And that means she might have checked out Shay Sade's other stuff, not just the video that's going viral. And so she kind of preempted. You showed your hand with that one, Sabby. You showed your hand with that one, Sabby. You showed that it was way more than you just being dispassionate and cold with your coverage, right? Oh man, huh? Ain't gonna tell y'all I'm behind an Escalade V right now. Welcome to South Florida. Right. Oh man. a Corvette with a goddamn box truck over it. Goddamn, Z. Shout out to Auto GM heads. Huh? Oh man, a box truck with a Corvette engine. Anyway, moving along. Yeah, no, when Sabby kind of exposed her hand with that one. But even with that, the rhetoric being some 40 years old, and I don't understand how does this do black women any service to continue to tell them to expand their options and to continue to tell them that they'll be all right being single. Even if you're married, whether you're married or not, as the person saying this, continuing to tell black women it's not that serious, you'll be all right? Like, how does that benefit black women? Right? How does that benefit black women to continue to tell them they'll be all right when they're not? Once again, 106,000 jobs they lost last month. Yikes. How does this benefit black women? Mr. Z don't know. Because clearly, y'all don't care. I'm not necessarily saying this about Sabby, but like clearly you don't care about black men. Okay, cool. But how does this benefit black women? Right. And then Sabby just covered how feminism screwed the black community over. She just covered that a couple months ago. And yet, low key, you still pushing the same kind of rhetoric. Maybe you're not presenting it exactly the same, but you're still pushing the same type of rhetoric. And I just don't know how this helps black women. Maybe y'all don't care to help black women, right? Maybe Z got it all wrong. Yikes. Huh? Maybe Z has it all wrong. Maybe that's not the intention. That's not the goal. So I definitely want to speak on that, and I'm kind of beating myself up for missing it live. With that, Shay is going viral, and this message is going out. And as I said, America needs some readjusting, and there's a lot of folks that can find themselves on the outs. You're gonna find yourselves on the outs because you didn't appreciate that your position wasn't permanent. None of them really are, right? None of them really are. There's people that's gonna find themselves on the outs because your position was a pet project. Ooh, damn, see, say that again. Your position was a pet project. Who you were in America was a set aside. God damn, that hurt, Z. That hurt. It hurt to say it. Huh? And I think there's a number of people, women, not just black women, who you gonna realize and even if your position wasn't just a set aside or pet project, it was something with a sunset clause. Will expire in 10 years. And it's 10 years. Huh? And it's 10 years. And that's for all of us. That Mr. Z don't think he's exempt from this. That's for that applies to all of us, but it definitely applies to women, namely black women. You got too comfortable. You got way too comfortable thinking that this what you were, the little mascot for radical feminism coming from white women, right? Thinking that that's permanent, thinking that you could survive off of that forever. Well, huh? Supremely antagonistic, sexist, rude, mean. And maybe they don't need you anymore. Or maybe they still kind of do, but the white guy said no. And now what? Ah, huh? The white guy said no. Now what? They're reeling back everything, y'all. Food stamps, Social Security, everything. Huh? Like a couple years ago, I spoke of a channel called Then and Now, and them covering Russia and Vladimir Putin, right? It looks like it's a UK philosopher that operates the channel. And what I got from the kind of mini doc, the think piece was like I want to call it status quoism, but assuming that quote unquote progress will continue forever and like moving in a particular direction will continue forever, right? And I think some of us get really comfortable, and I don't even think some of us, I think all of us do, but I think some of us don't think that those things can be taken back. They're not etched in stone. Huh? This is not one piece of, these are not the pyroglyphs, right? Like this is not etched in some like stone where like that one road or that you know you can't destroy. No. Huh? But I really think that this is where women, black women, a number of us got caught up. When America was throwing money around, maybe your position was a pet project. And I'm really thinking about like some of the DEI positions, like the and not just the bringing in a fresh face that might think of these things different, right? Because I think we allowed for that term to apply to way too many things and get way too broad, and then you know the racists got to get a hold of it and use it for their own rhetorical arguments. No, I'm really saying uh diversity, equity, and inclusion officer. Yeah, not just hand that off to HR. Hey, just make sure we have a bit of diversity in here. No, 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 no. Bringing in an officer for that in specific. Yeah, see that's what happens. That's what Mr. Z is saying. That's what Mr. Z is talking about. Right? Taking that for granted. Right? Taking that for granted. And well, we're here now. Right? And we're here now. Now what? When it 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 was it was a bit disappointing, really, to listen to Kim Foster make her pronouncements and really take for granted who the hell white women are. I get it. You're from Oklahoma and you've been in Oklahoma and you've been in Texas and then you know you went to school at Harvard and you know those white women are different from these white women and then you know the increase in white women not being married and being childless cat ladies will increase the chances of the Democrats winning and yeah, the difference is, and you should know this, white women's contempt for the ones that have it for white men is not the same as black women's contempt for black men. What white women are levying towards white men is not the same. What white women want from white men is not exactly the same. The reason why you have 52 and 53% of white women voting for Donald Trump even after grab them by the vagina was because they are that invested in patriarchy. Number one. Number two, that even includes the ones who aren't married, Miss Foster. These are things you should know. Huh? These are things you should know already. White women are invested in the patriarchy. And why wouldn't they be? Kim Foster, I hear you. I wouldn't trade my life for I think she said working class white women or whatever type of white woman she described, and that's cool. I get it, but have you ever considered whether they would trade their life for you, even as a Harvard grad, who's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year? Huh? This is what happens. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. This is what happens when you have these weirdos or certain black folks that y'all really in the mix? Are y'all really in the mix? Are you really around other black folks like that? Like that working class black folks, working poor black folks, everyday white folks, and Latinos? Because what ends up happening is you get into your goddamn bubbles, and then you think what you're talking about is the beginning and end of everything. And then you get sideswiped by Donald Trump. Huh? Including you, FD signifier, and then you get sideswiped by Donald Trump. Although I will admit, I think FD is probably far more in the mix than Kim Foster is. Huh? Kim Foster is just a snooty asshole chocolate dip white woman who took Africana studies at Harvard. So she thinks she's saying something. Yet you ain't saying nothing. You're not saying anything that hasn't already been said for the past, 60 years. Huh? And how has that worked for black women? Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah. About that. Yikes. Huh? So, yeah, it was a bit disappointing seeing someone who, you disagree with, but you think they know better than how they talking, and maybe you're wrong. And Z, you were wrong. Huh? And let me tie that into what I was saying earlier. Miss Foster, when you say to the white guy, when you were covering that NPR, I want to say it was NPR clip, it might have been New York Times clip or whatever it was, and you said when the white guy said he wants to, essentially paraphrasing, he wants to make his fiance a stay-at-home wife, and you essentially said, paraphrasing once again, you don't get a wife, you get a partner. You don't understand why Donald Trump won, dumbass? You're supposed to be the Harvard grad, bro. You don't get why Donald Trump won? You don't get why 60 some odd, damn near, 70% of white men are voting for Donald Trump? You telling the white guy, you don't get a wife, you get a partner, and we done seen what y'all mean by partner. Huh? We've seen what people like you mean by partner. Some pseudo business, borderline LGBTQ situationship with a woman who could divorce you and leave you for leaving the toilet seat up one too many times. Yeah, nope. And this is why you get a Donald Trump in 2024. This is why. You don't get a wife, you get a partner. And the white guy said, I bet. The white guy said, I bet. 20 some odd percent of black men said, I bet. Huh? 30 some odd percent of Latino guys said, I bet. Actually, it's more than that, right? For the Latinos, it's more than that. Even Asian women said, I bet. Huh? What exactly are you, what are y'all promising these folks? You don't get a nuclear family. You get to be an individual. What about it? people don't necessarily want to be an individual? Huh? What about if people don't want to be? Well, you can't get married. We're not saying not to get married, but what we're saying is like, we value that individual. And they showed you. Oh no, 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 no. What exactly are you, folks like a Kim Foster? What exactly are y'all promising these folks? What are y'all promising these folks? Huh? No, and this is why you get a Donald Trump. This is why Donald Trump wins. This is why Donald Trump wins. They see what y'all are saying. They see how y'all are advocating, and they said, "To hell with that." Huh? That gives you a second. Yeah, but to hell with that. Huh? And you better believe it. And that's why the white guys vote for Donald Trump. That's why a significant amount of, well, more than half of white women vote for Donald Trump. That's why. Because what are you offering them? The average white women don't have your type of money or your type of education, Miss Foster. And even if they did, they don't want to be you. You saying you don't want to be them. Who told you they want to be you? It's the same way she responded when the whole passport bros thing blew up. I'm playing a different game. I'm winning a different race. These people don't want to be you. I get it. Okay, you don't want to be them. They don't want to be you. They they value family far more than an Africana studies degree from Harvard. Okay, fine. You making some hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Okay, for them, that's cute. You married? No. You have any kids? No. Oh, okay, yeah, I'd rather my life. Huh? Oh, but I go on expensive trips and I've been to Bali and I've did that. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's nice. That's cute. Okay. Huh? Wow. The question, Mr. Z means that that's a real question. What exactly are y'all offering? And maybe I should have never used the word promising. Offering is better. What are you offering young women, Miss Foster? We're in our 30s. What are you're what, 36 years old, right? What are you offering young women? Their own autonomy and individuality. Yeah, that sounds nice. What are you offering young women? Huh? So, real question. And then you wonder how you get a Donald Trump. I'm telling you how you get a Donald Trump. I'm telling you how you get a Donald Trump. Huh? You get a Donald Trump because you're not offering the women family. You're not offering them stability. Ooh, goddamn. You're leaving them out there, assed out to the market. And no, they don't get to make up for it with government set-asides and policies. Huh? This is a great comment. And Jake says, they think white women want to embody hedonistic sass and anti-man mentality to the same extent. Huh? Huh. Vince, you keep saying this. Vincent this a number of times. Vincent, no, that's not the one. That's not the one. That's not the comment. Here we go. And Vince says, Kim Foster is educated, but she is not smart. She's stupid. Vince keeps saying that. Vince is like, bro, Z, stop giving her the props. Stop it. No, I'll give the lady the props. Look, she went to Harvard. She graduated. She got her degree. We gonna give her props. She's a Harvard grad. That's not a small feat. First of all, she got accepted into Harvard, so that's not a small feat within itself. Then she graduated, and she has the connections from the school. No, we give her props, right? I've seen her interviewed by more than and people have referenced her. So no, and then she going around the country, and she at least she was. I'm not 100% sure she still is going on lecture tour or whatever. You know, you give the lady her props. With that, the question still remains. I could give her props and still ask the question: what are you offering Black women? Your average Black woman doesn't earn no hundreds plus $1,000s a year, nor will they ever. What are you offering them but the cold callousness of the market? No children, no man. What are you offering them? Huh. No, I know because KMS has made sure that everyone knows. And Jake says, Z, you have to read the rules of stupidity. It says just because someone is educated and employed doesn't mean they are not stupid. LOL. No, we know. KMS has made sure that everyone knows. Right? Hey, if there's one book I have not read, but I know in and out anyway, that's definitely the book. Oh man. If there's one book. Not muffin head shaped. Vince, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. It's kind of messed up, but it's funny though. Jake says, "I'm from New York. I met many Ivy Leaguers who are dumb." Look, I've said this before. I think it's important I say this again. I think these folks, in their spite, in their rage, in their anger, in their resentment at Black men, I think their smarts in their in what is evident, it just goes out the window. I really think that. I mean that too. I think you oftentimes, particularly with women, and in this case Black women, you're dealing with people who, if y'all talk about whatever, you'll be like, oh God, she know exactly what she's talking about. She know this, she know that. She actually put me up on this and that. But the second we start talking about Black man, Black woman relationships and whatnot, all the intelligence go out the window, all the wisdom go out the window, all of that go out the window, all of it go out. Once we start talking about Black man, Black woman relationships, sex, intimacy, children, money, all of it go out the window. And for them, it's like they're going into a store with a bunch of defective products and you're telling them to choose one. So of course they're going to throw a fit. They're in a store and you're telling them to pay top dollar for defective products. And that's where that sentiment, right? White women aren't told to settle. Why are we always told to settle? Y'all don't tell white women to settle. Why do Black women always have to be told to settle? That's where that sentiment comes from. Right?
But my thing is, like, I don't understand the obsession with trying to make Black women settle so much. Y'all don't do this with any other community. Like, seriously. Y'all don't do this with any other community. Do y'all tell white women that they should settle? Because last time I checked, anytime a white girl marries a Black man, it's always when he's at his best and when he's rich as hell. You think Kim Kardashian was going to marry Kanye while he was broke and didn't have any money? You think Kanye would have had a chance with Kim then? Or you think Kanye had a chance with Kim when he was a multi-million-dollar rapper? Let's be real. Like, y'all don't say this to any other group but us. We're tired of settling. We're tired.
And you know what I never mentioned? Um, is the lady in the background when you hear her saying and that is a of agreement, right? That because this is how many black women feel. They're being told to settle, other women aren't being told to settle. Meanwhile, homegirl from Bumble is telling them to settle. Goddamn. Huh? Meanwhile, they have campaigns saying, ladies don't die child or don't die single or whatever it is. Huh? They just don't know what they're talking about. Meanwhile, last time I checked, women all over the place are subsidizing white dudes. Whether that's white women, whether that's Latina women, whether that's South Asian women, East Asian women, black women, a bunch of y'all are marrying white guys who are beneath you in station in life. Ah, Z, but you forgot he's white. You right. Huh? A bunch of you are marrying white guys and subsidizing them. Uh-oh. We're not even going to talk about the white guys y'all that smash that were not on your level socially, economically. Ah, Z, but he's white, so he is above them politically. You right. You right. Huh? Thank you. Jake says the white matchmakers tell them broads to settle. They don't know what they're talking about. Somebody said, I highlighted the comment and then took it off. And then, yeah, there you go. And Jake says, that's how you know they don't know white women. They don't. They don't. They don't. Huh? They just don't. Huh? Jake says Ashton and Rihanna. Bro, don't even bring up the fact that Rihanna was out here letting Ashton Kutcher pipe, and then we find out a couple years later, dude don't even take showers every day. Then you got Drake and Chris Brown fighting over her, and ASAP Rocky marries her, and well, not marries her, but they have how many kids? Meanwhile, Ashton Kutcher was piping in secret, and this dude don't even take shower. Let me find. Rihanna was giving dome to Ashton Kutcher, and dude don't even take shower every day. Okay, I don't want to hear. Look, man, ain't nobody. I don't want to hear nothing from the XX side of the game. Nothing. Y'all can't tell me anything. The XX side of the game can't say anything, especially black women. Y'all can't say it. Y'all out here with the white dudes that don't even take showers every day. Miss me. Huh? Yikes. Huh? So, yeah. It's always a black man. White women aren't told to settle. Why are we always told to settle? White women are made to settle. Not even told to. White women are made to settle. Huh? And we're also talking about elite white women. I'm not talking about everyday white women only. No, elite white women too. Huh? And when you say settle, what do you mean? What do you mean by settle? Huh? Because would you say McCain's wife settled? Did John Kerry wife with Teresa Hines? Yes, Hines as in the ketchup. Did she settle? Huh? Uh-oh. So when you say settle, what do you mean? What's her name? Martha Washington, George Washington's wife? Did she settle? When you say settle, what do you mean? Because many of these people, men, accomplished what they accomplished after they got married. When you say settle, what do you mean? What do you mean by settle? Yeah? What do you mean by settle? White women aren't told to settle. They just don't know what they're talking about. They just don't. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just spouting that because that just speaks to the resentment they feel that it's always black women. Black women are always told to settle. We're always told to date down. Why do we always have to be the ones to date down? Why do we always have to be the ones to marry down? They just don't want to. I agree with Ed 150%. They just don't want to be black anymore. They just don't want to be black anymore. Huh? And Z says, fine then, be single then. And the women said, I bet. And the men said, all right, bet then. Huh? Not the little Fiat 500, the old school one too. Not the new one. Mrs. Z just seen the little Fiat 500, the old school one. Huh? So yeah, no, the ladies always feel like they're told to settle. It's a bunch of crap, bunch of malarkey. Huh? I need that clip too. That's the clip I need. Shout out to my fellow Dade County native. I need the Rick Ross accusations. I need that's gonna be the next clip. I need that one. Accusations. That's yeah. We gonna get that. Huh? Man. Yeah, but the settle thing that they just don't want to be black anymore. Number one. Number two, anything short and the reason why Mr. Z was saying, what do you mean by settle? What we have grown to find out is that for men, it's a threshold. For women, it's everything that doesn't fit into their delusion. For men, it's a threshold. So anything under maybe 60% of what we want, okay, you settle it. We're happy with 70. We're elated with 80. 90 is impossible. 100%, we don't know what to do with ourselves. And pitch me, I'm dreaming. That's not a thing. So 90, we think we're dreaming. 80, we're winning still. 70, all right, cool. 60, all right. 50, god damn it. And everything under 50, under 60, under 50, you settle it. Women, it's anything that's not 100%. Huh? And I seen the clip, and I'm actually gonna have to go get that from Lil Duval's channel where he plays the white guy, the middle-aged white guy, maybe trending a little bit older white guy who flipped the entire reason why he left his wife. He said, "I left my wife because I just outgrew her," and he did the male version of I outgrew her, right? He did the man version of that, and then you saw a bunch of women in the comments who didn't get it, even though he literally spelled it out at the end. That lets you know they don't watch the whole thing. As a bunch of people in the comments were saying, um, but then I was reading through the comments, and you had women who said, "Well, maybe it's just men have a higher threshold of pain." No, men have something called duty and obligation that we believe in. Even if he's stepping out on you, even if he has an idea of duty and obligation, that's the difference. That's why we don't divorce and destroy the family and hope everything will be okay on the other side. That's why when we step out, we still don't be leaving. Women will mess around, step out, and then leave for the other dude, and then mess everything up, including themselves. You see them 3 and 5 years later. Did you and the other dude get married? No. Okay, there you go. Are y'all even still together? No. Dumbass. Huh? Shout out to homegirl that well did he interview more than one woman who kind of admitted this the African brother off of we need to talk. Huh? Oh man. And shout out to him. I saw the clip where he said, "I still put the onus on men, man. You could kick rocks. You could fall off a goddamn bridge head first for that one. You trying to tell me you seen how women are behaving and you still put the onus on men? Get out of here. Yeah, that sound nice. Look, Mr. Z ego ain't in it. I don't. My manhood ego isn't in taking responsibility for women acting the way they want to act and acting wayward. Y'all really think if y'all terraform the environment and leave women no choice, they won't jump out the window and say, "I'll make my choice"? Whenever I hear brothers like him, whenever I hear brothers like Jason Black, all I hear is, "We'll give them no choice." And Mr. Z is like, do y'all realize who y'all talking about? Modern women? You think you'll give modern women no choice? It's either this or starve. And they'll be like, "To spite you, I'll starve." I'm not saying all. I'm not even necessarily saying most. I'm saying more than what y'all think. Huh? Oh man. Yikes. So yeah, but no, the it's duty. It's duty. And so when Lil Duval played the clip and the white dude kind of flipped the whole, I left because I outgrew her. Um, yeah, women in the comments, the ones that didn't get it, and there was a number of them that just didn't get it because they didn't watch to the end where he admits that he just flipped the narrative. Um, they didn't get it, but it was interesting reading the comments from women who said maybe we have less tolerance for this and this and that. It's like, no, y'all don't want to accept the role and the duty. And there's okay, fine. I was gonna say there was nothing wrong with that, but there's actually a lot wrong with that. Okay, cool, but then you got to eat the consequences of that. And even Dr. Sabrina Strings, she only said the romance part. I would like to submit to Dr. Strings that no, the men are pulling everything back. That's why you have dudes harassing women on the trains and other men are just sitting down watching. No, the men said, we're random dudes protecting you from another guy. Nope, you better have your pepper spray on you or your Thule. Oh, you live in New York, so yeah, about those laws. Huh? No, the men said, hey, if the women are not going to be kind and cordial, if the women are going to be assholes, if they're going to be mean, if they're going to be unnecessarily sassy, unnecessarily smug and snarky with the resting bee face, and if I get within 10 feet of her, 10 miles of her, then it's some type of harassment. Oh, we got something for that ass. And this is why I say indifference is going to hurt them. Apathy is going to hurt them. Huh? Exactly, Jake. You remember that. And you better bring a smile. And you better smile too. Huh? It's not just romance that the men are reeling back. The men are reeling back everything. If the women torch the social contract, then why should the men engage in any of this? Oh, because it's just the humane thing to do. It's just the right thing to do. F your right thing to do. The quote unquote right thing to do is part of the social contract. Huh? The women want to write a new social contract? Fine then. But in the interim, the men said you don't get anything, nothing, zilch, nada from the old contract. Nothing. Huh? And why should they? Why should they continue to adhere to some old social contract rules when the women are not adhering to the old social contract rules? Right? And St. Cyr says, indifference hits harder than outright hate. Yeah. And I'm not saying this is sustainable. I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying you could maintain a society like this. You cannot. I'm not saying that one of us can't get caught on the wrong side of this. Yes, you can. Because many of us are here today because of the kindness of a stranger. Huh? Many folks are here today because of the kindness of a stranger. With that, with that, if the women said you get my ass to kiss, if the women said my initial thought and my initial feeling when any man says anything or gestures towards me in any way is to give them one of those what do you want? Jamaican style. Right? Rude as hell. Then the men said, all right then, bet. Imagine a world where the women expect you to beg and plead for you to do right by them. Wait, what? Wait, you expect the men to beg and plead for the men to do right by you? Wait, I'm begging and pleading to subsidize your life. Okay, yeah, that's it. I'm begging and pleading to put my life on the line in protection of you. Yeah, nah. Nope. Nope. I'm begging and pleading to go half on a baby that you want also. Okay, yeah, that's it. Huh? Shout out to women who really, really believe that it's men's job to beg and plead to go down with the ship as they roll away on the little boats. It's men's job to beg and plead to go down with the ship. Okay, yeah, that's it. Say that. Cheryl says, on my knees to take on your bad credit. That puts a new meaning to bend the knee, right? Shout out to Boys and Men. Jake says, fight me and convince me to pay my bills. Exactly. Man. Thank you, Starman. Starman says, when I don't owe you, ish goes wrong. The ladies forgot that doesn't only go one way. And the reason why the glaring blind spot was that you were supposed to accept that they're on the right side of history, they're morally correct, and you're not. So they're on the right side of history, you're not. They're morally correct, and you're not. And that's what is at the foundation of you accepting that she's, and I keep on saying that she's quote unquote punching up and you're not, right? So at the foundation of this, of everything that women in general are, not just black women, particularly for us black women, is at the foundation. You're supposed to accept that she's on the right side of history and you're not, right? That she has a particular perspective as being a black woman that you don't, because you're just black, right? And because you are just black, you don't have a particular view that she does. So you're supposed to defer to her and her view of things and her assessment, right? And so she gets to tell you, I don't owe you anything. Because when she says that, and this is where black women get all in there, I don't know why they keep on telling themselves this. We put the world on our backs, and we do for everyone, and we do for everyone so much that it exhausts us. And every once in a while you got to stop and ask yourself, what am I doing for myself? And I'm being so selfless. And they keep telling themselves that. And so when they get around to either saying or implying, I don't owe you anything, I don't owe you ish, what needs to be there for that statement to matter is that you accept that she doesn't owe you anything, but you still owe her, right? It can't be a tit for tat. It can't be a okay, fine. You don't owe me anything. I don't owe you anything. We're just two strangers Passing. Something happened to you, I'm gonna keep on walking. Something happened to me, you're gonna keep on walking. So the I don't owe you ish. Yeah, it's only supposed to go one way. The problem women have writ large, black women in specific, is that it doesn't only go one way. And so black women could say, I'm not pro-black, I'm pro-black woman. And they don't appreciate if black men who still are the majority of millionaires in the black community, the majority of billionaires in the black community, even though we only have a handful, the majority of the majority of people that make over $50,000 a year in the black community are black men. Huh? Are black men. Right? So the I don't owe you ish. What happens when black men said I bet, then I don't owe you ish? Huh? The women run into the wall that the response to a woman saying I owe you nothing is a man saying, all right, cool, I don't owe you anything. But what happens when you say that to the group of people who earns more than you? Huh? Yikes. Huh? Once again, that I owe you nothing assumes that the other person, you know what it is? It's this is one actually really good argument that America has for China. Bruh, I'm not gonna subsidize you to catch up to me and pass me while I'm the protection of the sea lanes. I provide the GPS for the world to navigate. I do all of these things, and then I'm gonna let you surpass me with the money that I give you to create the products for me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. 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 And like that's black men, right? Like if we know how black men are in Hollywood, we get it, right? And we know there's increasing amount of black women in Hollywood, true. And I'm talking about the producers and whatnot. I'm not just talking about the actors and actresses. What happens to black women if black men don't advocate for them in Hollywood, right? Like imagine telling those guys you don't owe them ish, huh? Y'all red pilled goddamn Ice Cube and damn near half of black men in the black community with that clip from Fox Soul. With that clip of Vivica and Lisa Ray and them and Ice Cube saying, wait, aren't we all black? I don't see anything in here specifically for black women. Wait, black women aren't black? No, but that's all it take. That's all it take. I've been saying it for the long. Black women, y'all too goddamn loud. Y'all too loud with your contempt for men. Y'all too loud with your sass, and y'all are too loud. And that crap is a turn off. Fine, you don't care what black men think. Other people, this is that's it. The internet will expose us all. Did I not say the internet will expose us all? Non-black folks are watching too. White guys were watching Kevin Samuels and watching y'all sass a 50-something-year-old man, and you're 25. You're 32. If Kevin Samuels was in his mid-50s, just about every woman in her mid-30s and younger could have been his daughter. And y'all calling in and sassing the man. You think white men didn't see that? Y'all are being snarky and rude, and you think white men didn't see that? The internet will expose us all, dear black women. So when you say, I don't owe you ish, appreciate that the internet is forever, and non-black folks could see what you're saying also. I want you to the other day I was going through my subscription list and kind of seeing some of you guys' thumbnails and whatnot. You know, I do that occasionally. And I got a couple of people that subscribe to me that are not black. Huh? That are not black. Huh? Dear black women, y'all have some people that are subscribed to you that are not black. Do you really think you're scaring Becky away from Tyrone? Or is Becky gonna get off of work today, cook her man some well unseasoned great food? How you sound, Z? I know, and still give him dome before she go to sleep. And her man is black. Ooh, goddamn. Huh? Wait, black women, you think all that dirty macking really works on white women? Huh? Wow. Oh, that's a great comment. And Telescope says, black women are like a brand that insists on insulting its most loyal customer base. Shout out to Bud Light. Huh? Man. Yeah, exactly. And Saint Cyr says, but Z, they really believe that black Twitter is a thing. And Saint Cyr says, Z, excuse me, I said that wrong. But Z, them throwing up the great black woman firewall of quote unquote stay out of black people's business keeps other folks outside of the black folks side of the internet. Exactly. Yeah, they really believe that. They really believe that. Hey, y'all should have known it was over when y'all saw Pop the Balloon on Saturday Night Live. When y'all saw Pop the Balloon on Saturday Night Live, that means all of your dysfunction, all of your sass, all of your little quick one-liners, all of that stuff, that means non-black people are watching to the point where it made it into Hollywood. Goddamn. We know it's on Netflix now, yes, I get it, but it made it to, if it's on Saturday night, black women, do you appreciate, like, it's not fair. Do you appreciate, people expect men to talk crazy sometimes. Women are not supposed to. Ooh, goddamn, Z, you said that out loud. I know. Especially when cameras rolling. Ooh, Z, you're not supposed to say that out loud. I said it. Huh? All of those sassy ass women on Pop the Balloon popping for the most shallow things. Huh? And then people's skit of it made it even worse because, to be fair with you, Saturday Night Live skit with Pop the Balloon wasn't the funniest one I saw. The funniest one I saw was the brother with the glasses. Um, he's brown skinned, a bit heavy set, and the women started popping the balloon before he even made it from behind the curtain. I forgot the name of this brother's channel. One of y'all sent me a video of him covering Kevin Samuels, but yeah, he also did a coverage of Pop the Balloon, and that was the funniest one. One of the women deleted herself, right? One of the women threw up. Ladies, that's how y'all act on Pop the Balloon concerning the men. Even the lady with the soft-spoken voice that he spoke to, she when did she say, I don't want to date someone as old as my granddad or something? She said it mean, but with a soft-ass voice. Huh? I forgot the name of his brother's channel. But yeah. So that's how blatant y'all are. Trey Rags, let me see. Y'all give me 1 second. Let's see if that's the brother Trey Rags. I'm gonna tell you. Rags. Long Beach Griffey. Let's see. I think that might be it. Give me a second. Yep. Thank you. Yep. Thank you, Jake Zero. Yep. That's him. Bro, his skit for Pop the Balloon was hysterical. As a matter of fact, let me see. in the chat for y'all. There y'all go. Right? Hysterical. It's funny. It's funny, and it's just a smidge hyperbolic, just a little. You know what? I don't even want to say it's extra because, like, I could see that happening for real. Not though somebody deleting themselves, but I definitely could see. Imagine someone doing the fake throw up in their mouth, right? All of that. When y'all get a chance, y'all check out. I'll put the link in the chat. Yeah. So, ladies, you're that blatant. You're that out there. Your responses are that blatant. It's that out there, huh? And y'all think white guys were gonna watch that and just leave y'all to do whatever with the dating scene? Okay, huh? So on that, y'all, like, share, subscribe. Hit the thank you button for the replay squad. Yeah, we'll pause right there. We're about to hit 2.5 hours. Mr. Z, you gonna say it again, Z? We were not supposed to stream this long, but you know, sometimes.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
Sometimes we wasn't supposed to stream that long, but you do, and then, well, it's too damn bad. God, Vince, you messed the world up with this one. That it's just funny and it's accurate and it's just the best. Y'all give me a second. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. All right. And of course, Leon get in right when we ended. Of course he does. Of course he does. Right. Jake, see, I've said this before. I'm glad you brought it back up. Y'all give me a second on this one. Jake, I'm glad you brought it back up. I said this before, right? Imagine telling us to kill ourselves to elevate you so that white guys could pick you up. And Jake says, resources will not be allocated for you to be a bad bee for white men. Signed, Black Men Collective. Thank you. We're not Asian dudes. God damn, Z, you said that out loud. Ooh, God, Z, see, Asian guys were minding their own business, Z. They were innocent and minding their own business, eating popcorn. Right? Now Asian guys getting chipped. Huh? Were we supposed to elevate you so the white guys can snatch y'all up? No, bro, y'all do that yourself. We look like Asian men? Get out of here. Yeah. Jake says, building the pedestal for you to go drink mayo. Hell nah. Huh? And what I appreciate about the what I appreciate about the man on the street interviews with white women is that white women are showing their lust for black men, and the interviewer oftentimes is not even black. That's that's what I appreciate. The interviewer is not black. And you gotta know that white men and black women are steaming because it's not even a black man necessarily pressing, and I think it was Saint Sarah. I watched a bit of the clip that you sent with the man on the street interview with the brother, and then the white guys trying to press him about whatever. I'll watch the whole thing. Um, but yeah, what I find fascinating about this is black women and white men can't say it's black men. It's a white interviewer, man on the street, asking a white woman what she's looking for or what's her preference or whatever, and she gonna start describing a black man. Huh? Shout out to all the everyone who's trying to hide and say, "Oh no, black men are chasing after," like we're roofing or we're drugging white women and then dragging them back to our house. Absolutely not. Huh? Absolutely not. Yikes. Huh? And Jake says, if we build it, they will come. Giggity. I got you. I got you. Right? Huh? So that's a good thing. And then what do black women have to say then? So yeah, no, I just random thoughts, and I might do. I got a bunch of series I'm working on right now. Now we got a penny for your thoughts series where Z just shoots off the hip and random stuff that I've seen, and some of the stuff will get a link in the description. Some of the stuff probably might not. Right, man. Wow. And Elle says, I got a new one from a German white girl chatting up a black man and getting his number. Okay. Look, y'all trying to like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Y'all trying to keep Z here forever. That wasn't supposed to happen. Y'all give Z a second. And Vince says, for the love of the game, Z, where is no scrubs? Look, we working on it. We weren't working on it, but we working on it. Oh no. Oh no, Z. Don't remind Buckeye fan. Do not remind Buckeye fan. And here y'all go, y'all. I guess we will be speaking about this for a couple minutes. Like, share, subscribe, hit the super chat. Here we go.
Jag kunde få ditt telefonnummer.
Absolut.
Tack. 73.
591.
Vad heter du? Landry.
Jo, jag har hört hela mitt liv.
Damn, I wish do we have a translator? What were they saying? Anybody know how to speak German in this mug? Right? Jeez, hey, but we know, like people know, but look, really it boils down to on planet Earth right now, for the most part, it boils down to like black men and white men. Obviously, a Latino could get in here and there, especially when it is like suave, Rico Suave Latinos and whatnot. Yeah, a muscular Asian or a tall Asian guy. I'm specifically speaking about the East Asians, yes. South Asians are here and there, maybe, but like really it boils down to white men and black men. Right? Oh, and Jake says she straight up asked, can I have your phone number? Right? Z, you ain't gonna play it again. Z, you ain't gonna play it again. Here you
Jag kunde få ditt telefonnummer.
Absolut.
Tack. 73.
591.
Vad heter du? Landry.
Jo, jag har hört hela mitt liv.
And you know who was watching?
Men in Germany are treated way differently than black women in Germany. Black men are appreciated in Germany. Black men are put in a cultural sense, in a societal sense, you are seen as interesting, whereas black women are seen as lesser.
An experience,
a novelty in which you can approach voyeuristically, and it's dehumanizing. I was a member at Soho House, and I remember seeing a black man sitting there, and there was all these white women around him glorifying him, gawking at the fact that he was existing. And I think black men need to acknowledge that their lived experience in Germany is disproportional to that of a black woman in Germany.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
You know she was in the corner seething. Huh? You know she was in the corner seething. Y'all know that, right? Ah. Yikes. Jake says, hypergamous spell, you're lying. You hear me? You know she seen this.
Jag kan få ditt telefonnummer.
Absolut.
Tack. 73.
591.
Vad heter du? Landry.
Jo, jag har hört hela mitt liv alltså.
You know she was seething in the corner. Seething. She saw that. Man. That's why hey, you want to know why black women be mad? That's why black women are mad. That's exactly why black women are mad. Black women are livid. How dare you, black man? And I agree with Sarge Will Pete. In their mind, how dare you? You lost the race war, and then you got the unmitigated gall to be sought after, like we the ones who telling, like, excuse me, like we're tapping these other random women on the shoulder and telling them to chase after us. Huh? I agree with Sarge Willie Pete. That is how they think. How you lost the race war and then they want you anyway? Okay, yeah, that's it. Huh? So on that note, y'all, look, let Z pause right here. Yeah, I'm keeping that clip too. Oh man. I'm keeping that clip too. So we'll pause right here. Love Piece of Chicken Grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. And to the ladies, I get it. I get it. I appreciate it. I get it. And unfortunately, I do think that Black women have spoiled their image. Forget non-Black men. Black women have spoiled their image so bad with young Black men that I think while y'all are going through it, while white men are putting a foot up that ass, I think, unfortunately for Black women, I think a number of our young Black men are going to be like,
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad.
huh? And on that note, y'all, truly, we'll pause right here. Love Piece of Chicken Grease. Y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content, other non-Manosphere content, for the love of God. And hey, some of these white women are choosing. They're choosing, and they're choosing in front of everybody. Jake said, part 2, please. We'll see if we get a part 2 in today. We'll see if we get a part 2 in, right? And y'all go check out other Black Manosphere content. And Mr. Z out. All right, everybody.